new week, new vlog.
Where's it leaking
From
There it is, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, great, bro.
he painted it for us.
What's going on, guys? New week, new vlog. We are here at L&M Stripping. We dropped off our tanks over here last week. Try to get some of the rust and gunk out of them. We'll see how they turned out.
Let's see. Oh, he's got the light right there. I mean, got all the liner off. Surface rust is okay. It's got some surface rust.
But they were no problem.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But they have flex this problem, but you put gas.
It's the middle of March. My truck said it was 103 degrees. Crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, that's way better.
Yeah.
See that?
See your hole. How's your hole look?
Don't bring it up, bro.
Well, that's the biggest thing we're concerned about right now with yours. Like mine, I'm glad the stuff's out of it. We lost a little bit of paint right here, huh?
All right, you're definitely gonna line them, at least mine. But yeah, this was a problem area on mine. Looks like it's been repaired once. Try to scrape this off or just line it and run it.
Yeah. I almost think you just scrape at it.
Whoa, look, that's what was inside
This
here.
is the liner. They had the cups there.
Tank secured. Thank you very much. All right, back to the shop. Let's get going. My tank got hammered, bro.
That brown on the tank was not on there, and there's paint missing.
Yeah, how's it going? I'm Lance.
Lewis.
Lewis, nice to
See
meet
a lot
you.
of your videos on YouTube and all that.
Yeah,
so.
thank you very much. I want to see the inside of them. His shop is like a dark cave. It was hard to see what was going
Yeah,
on.
I thought the rust was falling inside the tanks from being.
If you guys haven't seen, we did just drop a whole new outerwear collection. Stuff is super rad. Insulated stuff, denim stuff, chore coats, leather shirts, new denim vests. Check that out if you haven't so far. And also along the way, some other stuff has been
Whoa, they haven't
showing
seen any
up, dude. There's stuff.
Secret. What? We didn't even. All right, you've seen enough. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, we are doing a quick look at our gas tanks, and Juan is now he's pulled out different levels of,
And we realized that we fully blew it.
should have taken the badges off.
I wasn't thinking. I was just so excited. But yeah, I mean, it's just 3 screws. The back of this was really bad. I got a lot of it off. But we're fine.
All right, we're gonna clean these
through
things up. We found some microfibers. All right, let's see. I mean, I get it. Paint's missing. Of course, my tins are white. The rust and everything, that stuff that he
Look, Jake's just
used to
laughing.
clean it. Hammered them, dude. I'm missing my paint, Jake. I don't see anything.
Yeah, you see, it looks bad.
Honestly, that's not that bad.
It's got a little bit of flash rust. Yours was bad because it had all the liner inside.
That's not bad. That's totally runnable. That stuff's not gonna break off and go through your carburetor, you know what I mean? I'm cool with that. If that's how they looked when we picked them up, I wouldn't have done anything. And like you said, if we took that off, and like, I'm not happy about it, but someone's watching and is like, it's like yelling at the screen of like what we should have done. I mean, he also got,
Gold. He gold plated those.
but he hammered those. All that liner was on this.
And mine didn't have a liner and it looks clean. So I'm worried that
what do you
anywhere
do
the
yours?
paint's coming off, so it's got some JB weld or something, but then there's a little bit of paint coming off here. So I feel like there's a little crack in there. So that's why I want to just put a liner.
There's some rust in there still, dude.
It's not perfect. I'm just gonna go back to riding that thing. Fuel injected.
that thing's got some rust.
Oh, look at yours isn't bad at all.
Nah, but still, it can clean it.
Yeah, it's gonna get cleaner. Good as new, dude.
It survived 70 years and an
then-
acid dip. Little elbow grease over the next couple days, and we're gonna get these things on the road. All right, mine's going back on the lift. Juan's been starting his bike all week. You've been secretly
I
starting
got
it.
my bike pretty dialed on the start tune. You know, I'm coming after those one kickstart
Let's see.
competitions. I'm
Let's
coming
go.
for Dom.
Come on, let's go.
All right, true cold start. You feel it.
The trick is you gotta touch the exhaust, bro.
I'm nervous.
Let's see how we do, dude.
I'm nervous.
I was just jealous. I've been up in the office every day and I'll hear this thing fire up and he'll just come down here and like start it, turn it off and walk away. And mine, before he goes ahead and starts it, has been taken apart a little bit more. We'll get into that in a second. Really ridden it, have you?
I've never ridden it because the wheel is, so this tire was so low on air for so long, it like deformed the tire so it doesn't spin. It rubs the inside of the fender, see
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
So I've actually never ridden.
So yours, we do fresh tires, put the tanks back on, and you're rocking and rolling, right?
Go here.
You finally got the key fixed.
Got the key fixed.
Woo! Brother. little jealous of that, dude. So let's explain to them why my bike has been a little bit more torn down since the last time we had the camera on.
I mean, like you mentioned earlier, you were riding it. It was
Well, I'm curious, as we're saying this, sorry to cut you off, how much of that sound that I heard and we heard came across on the camera in the last video. So I don't know if you guys watched the last video. The front cylinder was, you heard a lot of tapping, like tick, 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 tick. And if you just put your hand on the rocker box cover, it went away. Juan brought out his camera and he says the pictures are in there. The valves are hitting the rocker box cover, or the valve cover.
Oh, that's my rectum. So that's inside. That's the valve right here.
Okay, and you're just lifting it and going
Just
in.
lifting it and going in, but you could see that witness mark there?
Yep.
So there's one there.
Yep.
On both sides. This is the front one.
Yeah.
Touching there. That's the sound you're hearing.
Whereas the rear cylinder was quiet. So I kind of wanted to fix that because we want to ride these things and I don't want to damage the engines more than they need to be damaged. And that's metal coming off and possibly going into the valves and ruining the valve seals. Don't want to.
Yeah, so first thing I did was checking out the adjustment on the lifters, and they seem to be a little on the tight side, which is like, you don't want it to be super loose or super tight. I felt like they were a little on the tight side. I didn't think that was the cause of the sound. Then we lifted up the cover and then we saw the telltale signs of where the sound was coming from. Unfortunately, you can't pull this off without taking the head off. Frame right there.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to get the head out. It's not that crazy, but we do need new gaskets. We need to pull the carb and the manifold back off. Not the end of the world. Let's get to it.
Let's see what's inside. We got the head unbolted. We're gonna remove the push rods.
All right, let me get you somewhere to put it.
Down. Yeah, maybe grab some.
All right, let's see if we could see the.
Assess the situation that we're dealing with.
Here, come down.
All right, let's see.
You see that? And then...
On both sides. Look, Panhead, we can cook eggs in this.
Yeah, that's good.
Is it just massive valves?
So Dale was telling us that the shop that had this before was known for doing engine builds. So there's a chance it's got oversized valves. I think a couple options. It only hits when the valve is closed, but this is max height. Is there a thicker gasket, like a cork one or something?
Tiny.
Yeah, see how thin that is?
Yeah.
There's that, and I think we could try to clearance it.
Let's take this over to Butch's where we wanted to run. So there's a shop down the road, Butch's Cycles.
I went to grab some stuff for my bike, but they're like a local hot rod shop. They work on all these bikes, vintage Harleys. Those guys know their stuff.
Let's go see what they say. Let's go see if they've got the gaskets. All right, another situation we noticed from the quick startup and ride that I did take on this is the transmission is leaking a ton. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the primary off and see if we can see what gaskets we would need. Custom tool required, custom tool made in minutes.
I wanted to give it a go.
Here we go. There it goes. Okay, what you guys didn't get to see on camera because we were in the middle of it in focus, we didn't have the right tool for that, for basically the compensator. Juan made one.
Just got some scrap metal and welded a nut to it, hit it with the impact, and got the job done. It's a big spring, huh?
All right, so we already planned on running by Butch's Cycles down the road to ask him some advice on the head of this, as well as if he's got some gaskets we can use. But another thing we realized is that we don't have the tool to pull this. Juan was over here trying to see if he can make tools and stuff.
Definitely could have made something, but we're gonna smoke so much time.
We're already going over there, so we're gonna see if he does have a tool that we can rent or use so that we can pull this and replace the transmission seal.
Little pan with the wishbone frame.
All right, let's go get some feedback. Working on a panhead, needing some advice, some gaskets, and some tools. How's it going? Good, how are you? Check this out, you got a minute? We have a 56 pan. The valves are
Hitting that is really, I mean, it's making a pretty good noise.
Well, it's normal for them to hit if you put too big a cam in it. Yeah, if you put a big cam in it, it'll hit, but sometimes this is an original one here though. Because a lot of times the aftermarket ones will hit. But this is an
What
original.
about the gasket? Is this gasket?
That's a
like,
piece of shit.
Is there
No.
like a cork one or
Yeah,
something
you want
that's
the
thicker?
big, thick cork ones. It's cork, metal, and then cork. But these are a piece of shit. They're gonna leak all over the place on you.
The gasket, the head gasket?
Was this off this head?
Yep.
But the rear cylinder's not hitting.
Yeah, sorry, I meant both valves.
Yeah.
Intake and exhaust on this head. The other head's fine.
It's hit flat right there.
And it had
It
the,
should
it had
be-
the ring.
It did have the D-ring?
Yeah, I think they might have like.
They might have
pressed
put
it
like
in.
an aftermarket D-ring, and when they pounded it down, it flattened that and pushed it in a little bit. These are real thin aluminum.
Yeah, I didn't.
But see how that's flat? I mean, feel that how it's
Yeah, I
flat
know, you
right there?
can see it for sure.
And it should be rounded.
See, that's why I keep
Yeah.
talking.
So that's what might have happened. Somebody pounded on a custom chrome D-ring or something. Custom chrome was the only one that was making them for a while, and then they went belly up. They got one like.
With
Is that
I mean,
where
it's
it's hitting? Oh,
definitely
yeah,
hitting
for
right
sure.
there and
Yep.
right there. And we could tap them out and then clearance.
Yeah. You're out of the cork gaskets?
Yeah, but you need these here too. So these, you're gonna clean this really good, and you're gonna silicone those to that, and that quiets it. These are cleared out for right here, see?
Gotcha.
Okay, and that's gonna make it a lot quieter. See, ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
Pisses me off because I had stacks of those. That one there.
Okay.
But on your clutch hub, when you take off the nut, it's reverse thread, take off your nut, put this up against it, smack it with a hard with a hammer, and that thing will just bounce right off. It's a tapered shaft,
Okay. Yeah.
so you just shock it, it'll come right off.
All right, we got it.
You got it?
Or you can sit there with a puller and fight it all day.
Can we borrow that? Bring it right back.
What is this, like for a railroad tie or something?
Whose bike is this? It's pretty dialed. Got a bunch of our stuff on it. Got our new controls, this. Nice.
And then, when you want the seal kit? Seal kit.
Okay.
Okay, that's your cork, your seal, the taper, and then run this one here, you know, the nut that holds your clutch hub on.
Yep.
Double seal those.
Okay.
Put 2 seals in it. And then when you put it on, your sprocket that goes on the shaft right there, put a little silicone in the splines right there, and then put your nut on, and it won't leak. Because after you have it for like a year or two, you'll know every nut and bolt on that motherfucker.
I mean, honestly, since we got them, every day I like look at the manual or look schematics online because we're gonna make his 12 volt. I love that shit.
Yeah, but when you break down, you'll know exactly everything what everything is.
But it also helps having a guy like you who's willing to share the knowledge so that.
So you got to think when you ride this one.
Yeah.
You can't be all Corona and tacoed out driving this one. These ones, when you're riding these, you gotta ride. You know what I mean? You gotta think.
Yeah, how cool is that? How it's like stamped into the tank. Wow.
Dude.
Crazy.
But I sold it like 10, 15 years ago, and when the guy went to take off on it, he hit the curb backwards. He goes, dude, what the fuck? It's got reverse.
Does it?
It's got reverse on it. Yeah, it's got a reverse gear. It's got the Servicar tranny in it. He bought it, and right when he got home, I was like, why did I sell my bike? So I called him up, and I told him, I go, hey, if you ever go to resell it, let me know. And he did. He went to sell it. He goes, hey, you want to buy it back? I said, yeah, bring it down. Didn't even ask him how much. I said, just bring it down. But no, it's just kind of cool just to sit there, you know? I mean,
The guy we got our bikes from, they never rode them. He just had them in his garage. Just
Yeah, our bikes haven't been started in like 20 years. We're going
but
through that.
the old shovels and pans, when they sit like that, they fire right up.
But clean the car, new plugs in it, and yeah, we fired them up pretty quick. There's no ECU or anything.
I had
to go
one guy
back.
gave me it sat in his backyard for 15 years, and I had it sitting in the backyard. And the guy called me up and wanted to buy a shovel motor. I said, I have a motor. I said, I'll sell you for $2,500. And I said, I'll give you the whole rest of the bike. But he goes, I want just the motor. I go, well, then it's $3,000. He goes, what? I said, you buy the whole bike for $25. He came and bought it. About 3 hours later, sent me a video of it running. But they run. They're the bottom ends are bulletproof.
Back to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Butch and Butch were extremely nice. Dude.
Yeah, they dialed us in.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I was here giving me a rundown on what I was going to do, he knew exactly. So stoked to have a shop like this nearby.
Yeah, if you're in the SoCal area, we're in Simi Valley right now. Butch's Cycles, father, son, they're rad. I'd swing by if I were you.
It's like the same thing as putting your hand over it. It's like a little sound damper.
All right, we have dug ourselves in a deeper hole. We've had conversations about doing a whole top end on this thing. But right now we're chasing the extra leak coming from the transmission. We know that because we filled the transmission up with red fluid, and when this bike sits, there's just a lot of red fluid under it, more than there should be. Here we go. Now let's take the rear wheel off.
Dude, let's just make it a chopper right now. Why are you on this side of the bike? What's going on?
Well, I'm looking for a wrench, preferably a 7/16, which is not in the toolbox.
7/16. Is it this one right here that's on the floor? Is it this one?
And now we are taking the bags off so that we could push the rear wheel forward because they block kind of the axle and the chain adjusters and stuff like that. Then we started taking it apart and we noticed that the chain has 2 master. All right, look, bag off.
What, dude?
I don't know, you guys tell me. They don't look Harley original. I'm not a Harley saddlebag aficionado.
Jack, come back, dude. Where you going? Did you do this chain here?
I almost think it looks better no bags. Before I forget, the wrench is inside of the bags. Are those real or what are those things? Anyone want them? Now we're gonna push this wheel forward. How old is this bug, dude?
Whoa, it's a Spider from 1955. Hey, but honestly though, we need to take the wheel off anyway to do the rear tire.
So now you wanna do the wheel can of worms, bro.
This bike's gonna be...
The thing is too, like I was saying, I don't even know if I really wanna ride with this thing. I guess we can, but it's like, falling apart, it's zip tied on, scratching the fender.
Are you gonna take it off?
I mean, if we take the tire off, I gotta unbolt the fender, lift it up.
This was called, I saw it in the catalog I bought. It's actually called the bumper.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we like going that far with this thing right now?
Jack's gonna run over to get us a Little Caesars hot and ready, and we're gonna be here.
I think let's crack the wheel loose, we'll push it forward, we'll get that off.
It's kind of a weird...
So we officially got the wheel loosened up, chain off. I didn't remove all this just yet. We did get the counter sprocket off. A buddy of mine was telling me to run a 24 tooth, so we might order a couple of those. So that way we have higher top end. We also are gonna order some new chains because we realized that this chain has 2 master links on it. And now that the heads are off, we're looking at the pistons and we're like, we're this close. Do we just rebuild the top end? So now we're gonna check the pistons and possibly order some rings for it. How do we feel?
This thing dialed in. Now I'm jealous, dude. Your bike's gonna be...
Like you said, where this one's the test dummy. Parts are laid out, tools are cleaned up.
There's a better way, but this is just to get me an idea. 3.438. I want to take a measurement down there. We're gonna get the bore gauge tomorrow, confirm, but I think we could buy rings.
All right, new day. We ordered a bunch of parts last night, overnighted them, but they're not shipping till today, so we'll get them tomorrow. Rings to possibly do the top end on this thing. Some of the gaskets that we're missing that we need. Chain, we ordered a new counter sprocket. But the biggest reason why we're not throwing this thing back together is because we ordered new rings for it. So we're gonna wait and hopefully do that tomorrow or the next day. This bike's on hold. What's up next, dude? We gotta clean off the lift. We're gonna clean up, we'll pull your bike up, but you've been bragging.
What, you don't think I could kickstart again?
All right, my guy has been bragging every day this week. Went down, started my bike. I know I told you guys that, but it's a new day for us, and so he wants to show us. You've got enough fuel. Did you leave the petcock open? Oh, it's closed. All right. It's not smoking that much. So when your bike initially started the first time a week ago and it poofed out that black, that was all like the Marvel mystery oil.
Yeah.
Why is it leaking so much though?
All right, dude, chill.
How long has this pan been here? Is that tranny or motor?
Clear. Look, it's all clear. It's tranny. We gotta find every single grease fitting and grease it
And
up.
re-grease it. All right, well, let's clear this off. Let's pull it on the lift. By the end of today, throw that bike together. Gas tank's on, fresh tires on it. Get that thing road ready.
You rode your bike because when we started, your tires were fine. My bike has been sitting so long, the front tire is deformed. All right, look, my fender.
Juan's giving himself crap for not a little bit of his frame shaved. All right, he doesn't have the mounts that this frame has.
Ooh, I'm so excited, dude. Honestly, I hang out a lot after hours. I've been working on my dynet, and I'm just like, I could get this bike running so easy, and I just like have to fight it every time. 'Cause I did think about like, I'm just gonna ride it into work.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead, tilt the fender, lift the rear end up, pull the tire out. How excited. How long have we had these now?
Before Daytona. We got back the same time.
So it's been about a month.
But it's been ready to ride for a long time. Whoa, dude, it's my trunk. Hold on.
So see, when I had my last one, I punched this out real quick and ran it for a little bit. I just ran just that.
I chipped my frame paint a little bit, dude. It's all right, a little nail polish will cover that right up.
He doesn't want me to work on his bike at all. I didn't crack your paint on this side, but I think it's theirs. Can't believe my guy's using a freaking crescent wrench, dude.
I'm just
A
holding.
one size fits all?
I'm just holding. It's a Mexican one size, dude. All right, so I'm looking at the pads. I looked at originally from the side and it looks like they have a decent amount of meat, but if you look at the rivet, they're almost to the surface. So I think they'll last a couple rides. They're gonna need some love soon.
Well,
I think I
also,
saw that.
remember Dom's trip? The spring broke?
Yep. I think Dom, we ordered some for Dom, so we might have extra ones.
Yeah. All right, tires off. Brought this thing out. What are you doing, dude? You gonna run the black walls or the white walls?
Which one's?
All right, I ran up to go get Raymond to shoot some photos of us. And what were you doing, dude? Show him what you were doing. When I ran away real quick, what were you doing?
I was taking a picture
Show
of my
me.
bike. Hey, look, it's getting some love, dude. It's on the left.
Getting
This thing
stoked?
looks good. Heck yeah, look at that, bro. You know, every bike has something that kind of has to stick with it throughout its whole life. I haven't decided what that is, but these might be it.
No, go. There you go.
Oh my God, that's safety glasses for this. So I don't know if you guys are able to see, but let's show. There's rust on the rim. And wire brush it off because it's kind of sharp. I think if I go riding like this, it might smoke the tube eventually. So I'm gonna clean it up before I put the new tube in it.
We don't work on these bikes a lot, all right? So a lot of this is new to us, but this is kind of interesting, dude. Literally tells you to unbolt the drum off the wheel and leave the drum connected when you're doing tires. Front and rear wheels may be removed as necessary for wheel and tire service. When removing a wheel, apply brake to hold drum securely while pulling the wheel from the drum. Check this out.
That's pretty sick.
I have an old service manual and it's showing, which I never knew of, and I don't know if you want to do that, but leaving the drum attached and pulling it off, and then you could see what we just did. The drum and the sprocket are still on the bike and pulling it off. The more you know. It's not a bad idea that we're looking at them, taking them apart so we could see inside of them right now.
Kind of chunky in some areas.
All right, so Juan was not messing around. If you look at this wheel, I don't know if you guys can tell, but because it was sitting on the kickstand, it's way more pushing the tire this way. It's rubbing the fender on this side versus, you can see how much more room is over here. Swap this thing out. I just did the technique. Man, I wish you guys could see how much more it's like that than it is on this side. I pulled all of the drum bolts out. And we're gonna try the technique of leaving the drum on there.
I'm gonna put my tire on pretty soon here. Dude, look at all the wrapping on this thing.
Round it out.
One done. We got the rear done. Fresh white wall. We got the front one right there.
This is the fuel shutoff valve for the tank. I'm putting the tanks together so we could throw them on my bike.
That thing's been cooked for a while, dude.
The tire's so rotted, it feels full.
Got a little reading going on.
Just to set the vibes.
Nice.
We can't stand up right now.
No. All right, Jack, how old did you turn?
I turned 22 today. My mom and my brother decided to bring me by a little care package.
Hi, Mom and brother.
Happy birthday, Jack!
Thank you. Leo knows the key to my heart. He brought me the white monsters.
Nice,
Got me a
dude.
card, too.
Is
Baby
that
shark.
breakfast every day?
Absolutely. You can ask Laura. She'll tell you I have one of these a day, and now I have a restock.
So how many, so this will last you 4 days?
This, maybe 3. It depends on how many tires we have to do.
Everybody wish Jack a happy birthday. How old you turn?
22.
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you.
All right, I've got Juan's wheel set up and dialed. Let's see, spin the tire. Brake works. It just takes a lot of throw. We gotta see what it feels like on the ground. All right, we got the front wheel done, spinning good. Feel the brake. Nice.
Stop this thing.
Yeah, fender's going back. You got your tanks ready?
Kinda. I was putting the fuel valve on.
All right, it's time to lower the bike, huh? We put the tanks on it, fill it up with gas. We see Juan roll that thing up and down the street a little bit. You getting excited?
Hell yeah. I've never ridden it. You rode yours.
Just got going over here.
You ready for it? Juan realized this was broken. I don't even know if you fixed it in this vlog, but tab has been fixed. Quick coat. Remember, his dash covers that, so he painted it green, but it doesn't need to be perfect.
Starting to look like a bike again, dude.
Bro.
Don't get me fired up.
You
dude.
are fired up.
Someone get this guy a white monster.
That probably the same size, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, dude.
We're almost there. There was one thing that I realized when I was doing your wheels. So we noticed and we knew that your skid plate wasn't on. That's your engine mount bolts.
Oh, it's missing them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's lift this thing up and put the skid plate on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna finish the tank, but now I could go up from the top.
Oh, you have the hardware for it? Oh, he gave you the hardware, huh?
Yeah, so Dale took it off when he had to get it like VIN verified.
Oh, all right. I hate to do it, but I got to leave my boy. I got a family dinner I got to attend to. Juan, are you going to keep working on it?
I'm gonna wait for you to ride it. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. It's not gonna be that fun to watch or anything, so.
What'd we get? What'd we run into?
So they took the skid plate off so they could check the cases, but now I can't get the bolt in there.
Hopefully the engine did not move during all of his starts. Probably not, but well, I'll let you get to it. Hopefully tomorrow morning you can fire it up, take it on the road.
It is now 7:30, everyone's gone. I've spent the last couple hours just cleaning up my bike, had all these cleaning products and just cleaning the chrome. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. Dialing in all these like either chrome or raw aluminum stuff, the lowers, the cowbells, look at my primary. So yeah, I've been just zoning out, cleaning the bike. I was able to tighten these guys. I got the hardware, the right hardware, and I was able to tighten my front motor mount. Like I said earlier, that was off because they were checking the VIN number on the motor, but everything's good there. I think I'm ready to put my emblems. You guys have no idea how bad I want to ride this thing, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because I want Lance to be here and the whole crew so we could put it on the block. So I'm just gonna do the other side and close up shop and be back here in a couple seconds for you guys.
Today's the day we see Juan ride his bike down the road. What's up, dude? You stayed back and polished this thing up last night? You did a really good job cleaning the tanks back up after.
A couple of other cleaning solutions for.
What's up with my guy, dude? You dressed up for the day?
I'm ready to rock, brother. Let's go.
All right, so what's the plan?
I think we're gonna have to dial that in. All these fittings and stuff are really old, so they might leak.
Yeah. So the bike came with no grip, so you put, I'm guessing, 2 throttles.
Yes,
right?
2 throttles. And these were our.
I say that 2 throttles because the bike, you're controlling the advance and retard on the bike with this side of the bike. As you can see, the left, so you can spin it. So it's basically like 2 throttle size tubes on the bike. And so the throttle size grips.
When we were developing our grips, early prototypes, so these are harder samples,
Oh,
so
really?
they remind me of.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
that.
So you pulled this out of the old R&D room.
Yeah, these are from the R&D. But yeah,
Okay.
dude, I shined it all up. You got my wheels clean. It was so hard not to try to start it yesterday.
Let's open the door. Let's pour some gas in it. And... All right, let's see if.
Well, I also I had to put the fuel valve, and it kind of gets stuck a little bit.
Okay.
So I mean, you're seeing it go easy, but to tighten it, it's a two-hand job.
Yeah.
It's pretty vital because I feel like these carbs tend to just
The bowl stick and then just pour
yeah,
out.
They work good when the bike's running because of the vibrations.
Yeah.
When it's not running, you want to be able to close it. So I was fidgeting with that.
All right, well, real quick, let's start this off. Let's just say what we did to get it to this point and hope it's there. So fresh tires, if you guys remember, these things were rotten and so rotten that they were deformed.
Yep.
The tank, slightly rusted, but most importantly, it was leaking from the bottom of the tank. So the rust was pulled out and you did do a liner in it, right?
Yeah, and I've been letting it dry for a week now. I did it last week on Friday.
So liner in the tank, didn't have a key for the lock. So we got a new lock that you were able to turn. Otherwise he was unable to. The first time he ever fired it up, he had to hotwire it.
Rebuilt the carburetor, new air filter, fresh fluids, rear tire. I printed this. I don't know if I ever showed them on the vlog. This.
Lift the seat up, kind of give him an idea what you did.
So this bike's converted to 12 volt, and the 12 volt batteries are really small.
Yep.
So in here, this is the size of a real battery.
Yep.
And the 12 volt battery fits inside here. So it looks.
So he 3D printed a full case basically that mimics the size of the 6 volt, but the little 12 volts in there.
Yep.
Right? Polished the heck out of everything. The chrome is gleaming.
Fresh spark plug wires, 3D printed these guys here. There's also a cool little mount up here. I don't know if you can see it, but I
you can
3D
see
printed
it.
that. Super stoked on that. New gaskets for the manifold.
We checked your brakes when we had the
Checked
wheels
brakes,
off.
Fixed some of the wiring, and then rebuilt the fuel valve. It's all new components.
Yep, so all this is fresh. So this is what we're gonna test right now. Hopefully this passes the test. And if it does, we should see it out on the road. All right, I got a little microfiber here. I would rather pour it in a cup and fill it, maybe.
So excited. I'm nervous, I'm shaking.
Are you? Nice pour. Yeah, because we filled it up and it was leaking, right?
Yep.
All right, gas is filling up, dude. Tank's holding. Are we seeing any leaks?
So far, so good, and my valve is
It's dry right now.
keeping it closed too, so that's
No
good.
moisture. Everything's dry so far. Raymond, he wants better shots, dude. This is obviously a hard one because of the lighting. Give it a little fire up and then ride it over there. And what are you nervous about, dude? You've been starting at one kick wonder all week.
I know.
What'd you say that was a 2-hand job?
Yeah, it was a 2-hand job.
Oh
Oh no.
oh no.
We got a big leak
Where's it leaking from?
from the float.
Why is your float sticking right now?
It needs vibration, so like,
Well, your cases are cleaned a little bit. I see oil coming off of them. So I see why you wanted the photos before.
I'm still gonna try. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit. Now that I know there's gas in the float, and then I'll start it right over there. And
They're still dropping. I mean, not like it was.
it doesn't look like there's any flow.
What if you stand it up? I was just gonna say that. Just kind of, that stopped it a little bit right now. Why was it not doing that when you had the bottle on? Because there wasn't enough pressure?
A little bit of gas
Yeah.
pressure. Open it a little bit, see if it starts leaking.
Yeah.
Honestly, he looks good on that thing.
How's it feel?
Honestly, it's pretty good.
How's the brakes?
They're not bad. I mean, they both work pretty good front and back.
Yeah.
They're both not the best, but together,
Yeah.
they get the job done.
Nice work.
Dude.
Nice work, dude.
Hey, I think it looks clean.
It does look clean.
Where's my phone? I need to get my own pictures.
How's it feel, dude?
I'm excited. I am a little nervous about the gas situation, but we're gonna send it. maiden
Dice,
voyage.
dude. You know what I was kind of tripping on this one? This is like a real dice that somebody tapped and thread. Look at how it's like not centered. That's not like
pretty
a,
sick.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's backwards.
Yeah, backwards.
Don't hesitate to talk to them, dude. They're gonna be watching you from here. We're gonna send Juan off on his maiden voyage. He's gonna do a quick little lap around the Moore Park Mountains. We'll wait till he gets back to here for him. But you guys will get to go on a little ride, shotgun with him.
Is it leaking still?
It stopped actually.
Is there just...
You can stay as local as you want.
No!
Oh, is the petcock off?
It was like I was opening it.
starting to smoke a little bit more.
We're gonna get a call for sure.
10:35. So let's see how long he stays out on the road and whether we get a call back or he makes it back. All right, he's staying on our street. I don't know how far he went, but he's been gone for about a minute till he...
Looks like we're not leaking anymore, so that's good.
Been well over 10, I guess maybe 15 minutes, I don't know. But he's not back. I have no call, so hopefully that's a good sign.
Everything seems good, and she's cruising.
Thing wasn't smoking, it was purring, it sounded good. See, I think he's turning around right now. Let's see how it went.
You got it riding.
How is it?
That was sick. I did the whole loop.
Yeah?
By the golf course and everything. I think the clutch needs a little bit of adjustment.
Yeah.
I was going like 60 and I got on it and it, like I could hear it like
It wasn't smoking when you went, like when you left, it was smoking. And then when you came rolling by nicely, it wasn't smoking.
I do think the carb needs a little bit more adjustment, whether we could fix the float bolt and adjust the needles, but I mean, for the first ride, I think it's pretty good.
I know. I went down the road, I was in 4th gear and I was cruising at 60.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't want to go any faster because I felt like the helmet was going to fly off and the glasses were going to...
11.6
Oh
miles
yeah,
on
you zeroed it out?
It was zeroed, yeah.
Yeah. How'd it look when I went by,
Dude,
right? It
it
wasn't
looked so
smoking.
sick.
Yeah.
A car probably needs adjustment.
I feel
It's
like
off the
bottom,
it
it chokes on itself a
I
little
think
bit.
it's too rich, but it's just really easy to adjust. It's these guys right there.
Yeah.
It was cruising, dude.
The thing that I didn't realize is like I had rode mine with the linker very little, but by the time I made mine a chopper, I put an S&S and I put a spring back throttle.
Weird.
And it was kind of weird when I went down the street and like shit forward.
Yeah.
So I was just even in that, I mean, only did a mile, you know? In that quick mile, I was like having to like
Thinking
relearn,
about-
and then I started realizing I was,
The other thing.
yes, and I was like, oh dang it, am I
Yeah.
messing up with the timing on this
Yeah.
thing? So then I was like looking under, having to make sure it was in the right position. I was like,
Yeah.
which way is the right timing?
On the way to like the road, the way
Yeah.
you make a right, on the way from here there to that point, I was like, you know, is the carb leaky? And I was
Yeah.
like getting all that. But as soon as I hit like those roads, I was cruising. cruising. I went
wild.
around a car, semi truck, and yeah, I was going 60 and I got on it, and it has good power. It just the clutch was slipping.
Dude, look at this thing already.
Roached
Look at
it,
it.
dude.
It's already.
I think it's still a little like overfilled. It's obviously it's gonna leak and it's gonna leak a lot.
Coming off of the chain. Look at all that. You guys notice, like, okay, so we put 11 miles on it. He had this thing wiped down clean. You got oil there. The inside of your fender's drenched in oil. Look at your tire.
No.
Smoked in oil.
I feel like Dom on the way to Sturgis right now. I think it's the, oh, this
That's
is already
old oil,
well.
yeah, you can't
I think
tell.
it's the motor.
That's a lot. Dude, his frame's covered in it. Or do you think this, do we not have a seal on that? Is it coming out of that?
The thing is, the vent to dump points at the chain.
Oh, okay.
Like, because these have an exit. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
And it
So,
points it at the
so after it fills up in this part, then
Yeah.
it pours out on that part.
Yeah, so it pours it onto the chain and then that slaps it everywhere. Maiden voyage, dude.
Well, I'll let you enjoy the bike for a little bit. Friday at about noon, we had our overnight package show up. My bike's looking a little tired, a little sad now. Although I am getting happy because we should have all the right stuff to make this thing a runner.
Flex hone.
24 tooth sprockets, so if we want to take these thing on some highway speed. Main shaft seal remover. So my tranny was leaking a lot.
New tools.
Some tools to be able to fix that.
Head gaskets. Base gaskets.
And this was the big one. This is what started the project. So basically we pulled off the head on my 56 because the front head was really, really loud. We noticed that the valves were hitting the valve cover. We went and talked with Butch about that. And then he gave us like the dampening pad. Then expressed to us that if we use these gaskets, they're cork and metal, that they would space the rocker box cover off a little bit more. We also noticed we're gonna be able to clearance that. And then next thing you know, the heads are off. He recommends doing it to the rear head, freshen up the top end a little bit. So what we thought was gonna be done by today is turning into another week's project.
Unfortunately or fortunately, we're gonna do a bunch of cool stuff to it. We don't want to drag it along.
Yeah. So with that being said, that's it for this one, but hopefully on the next one, so we got Juan's bike on the road. He was confident enough to make it the Neptunes.
Yep.
So hopefully next week we can dive into this bike, we can get this thing up and running and feel confident to take that to Neptunes. We can get them both running side by side down the road, see if we run into any issues, and then see if we can get them even on a further trip after that.
We'll get it done for sure.
So thank you guys for hanging out. Juan, thank you for your expertise.
Anytime, brother. That's been a fun project and we're just getting started.
Yeah. See you guys on the next one.
See you later. Looks like my